Hello everyone, I'm Cruel Legacy, and I'm here today to tell you about Playtime. Playtime is my all-new 4-part miniseries filmed using Halo Reach. Playtime follows the adventures of two friends, Warren and Cobra. The series begins with Cobra asking Warren to help him train before he goes off into battle.
You said over the phone that you might want a little help.
Yeah, well, I'm a really good sniper, but I don't know how to do much else.
Now, the first thing that made me fall in love with Halo was the way the game made failure entertaining. My favorite memories of playing Halo over the years were not epic victories or overcoming impossible odds. It was the way the game constantly dares the player to try and accomplish things that are just out of their reach. And it's these disastrous attempts that create my fondest memories of Halo. And it's that feeling that I wanted to capture with Playtime. Playtime begins with Warren and Cobra getting together to begin Cobra's training. I like the idea of telling a story that's centered around someone who was going through all the classic Halo experiences for the very first time. We get to see Cobra learning about vehicles, armor abilities. We see him go through the trials and errors that we all went through when we first discovered Halo. A big part of Playtime are the various locations that we see over the course of the series. I wanted the show to be an expression of everything I love about Halo, and a big part of that is Forge mode. I worked this into the story by creating Warren as a character who loves to build things. Each episode we get to see a new location or structure that he's put together. This was a lot of fun for me while I was making Playtime, but more importantly it helps establish a kind of a personality or identity for each individual episode. It also works well with my sense of humor. I get a kick out of seeing the camera pan around these majestic structures with this epic landscape in the background, with these two idiots bickering back and forth at each other in the middle of it all. After creating the sets for each episode, the next challenge was actually acting out the scenes. The show has two main characters, and since I'm making Playtime all on my own, I needed to learn how to control both characters at the same time. I would sit down with a controller in each hand, constantly changing control settings depending on what I needed Warren and Cobra to do from one scene to the next. This was by far the most challenging part about making Playtime. Sometimes it was just a simple matter of making both characters run in a straight line together, but there were more complicated scenes, like flying and landing two falcons at the same time, or making both characters run while shooting and throwing grenades. There's even a scene where I need to control 3 characters at the same time. It's definitely a challenge. The final step of making each episode was to do the editing and voice work. This is the element that I found the most fun. I'd put together a rough cut, then record several takes of each character's dialogue and stitch them together. I never actually wrote out a script. I'd have a rough idea of what I wanted Warren and Cobra to say to each other, and I'd improvise from there. I wanted to make sure that their voices were distinctly different, so I actually did some processing to Cobra's voice to make it higher and squeakier than I could make him sound naturally, and I'm really happy with how that turned out.
Oh, and don't touch any of the pylons.
Why, are you keeping score or something?
No, I booby-trapped them.
Booby-trapped?
I have a background in sound engineering and editing, but I'd never done audio for a film or TV show before, so doing sound for Playtime was a fun and new experience. Getting Warren and Cobra's voices to pan according to their position on screen, adding spatial effects like having their voices bounce off the canyon walls when they shouted. It was a very involved process, but I had a blast doing it.
Okay, no.
You're
What?
right on top of
No, I can't hear you.
No, don't.
No, I'm trying to get around this turn here. Just give me a second.
Right up.
Hang on. No, I said
said it's
stop
right.
distracting me.
Move.
I said I can't
No,
hear you.
You
Once all the voice work was in place, I added the music. I wrote and recorded the music for Playtime myself. I love cheesy electronic music. It's something I'm constantly writing and recording anyway. And I came up with this one piece of music in particular that just had this playful kind of mood, which I thought was perfect for the series. So it became the main Playtime theme song. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoy Playtime. It's something that I put my heart and soul into for 2 solid months, and I think you're all really going to like it. Go to www.playtimeshow.com to watch the complete series, trailers, and specials.